Here's Ron DeSantis with the bullet. Look at that heat. He has guts. He is able to throw that right at Sean Spicer. Look at him go. They have guts to see themselves through fake scandals after manufactured scandals from our corporate media, and they keep on winning. Guts to tell the media to shove it, to get bent. Check this out.
And it shows you how dishonest, these are smear merchants. That's why nobody trusts corporate media.
Correct.
They are a disaster in what they're doing.
Why don't more Republicans talk like that? Seriously, we'd have a better country. We'd have a more honest country. Both of these men hate masks. Here's Tom Brady walking maskless into the Super Bowl. Libs went apoplectic over this. Do you remember? Vice President Kamala Harris's unremarkable socialite race grifter niece, Mina Harris, screeched, "What is Tom doing without a mask?" What a cultist. How sad. Libs equally shrieked over DeSantis not wearing a mask at the Super Bowl. His response to being found out was, "How the hell am I going to be able to drink a beer with a mask on?" That's Alpha, boys, in case you were wondering. Alpha. Both of these men love freedom. Both support America first. Both get millions of people trapped in misery on the East Coast to wish they lived in Florida. And most importantly, both of these goats make libs sound like literal goats. Mention Tom Brady or Ron DeSantis to a lib, and this is the sound that you shall hear. Oh, and there's something else Tom Brady and Ron DeSantis have in common. They're both neighbors with your boy Benny now. That's right. The Benny Report has moved to Florida this week, and the reason for our glow up is obvious. We are happy. We are happy, and we are in the sunshine. We could not be happier to breathe literal fresh air. I'm not joking. We can breathe air now. DeSantis and Brady know what's up down here. Life is amazing. You may recall in our last episode from the Newsmax D.C. studios, we detailed exactly why we were moving. I'm a father now, and the protection of my daughter weighs on my shoulders every single day. Homicides and violent crime in D.C. have skyrocketed. Not where Nancy Pelosi lives, mind you, but certainly where normal people live, like me and my neighbors. This is why my family and this show this week are moving to the free state of Florida, where crime and anti-riot laws have recently been passed and hardened. I could not be happier. That's right. We are very happy. Look at this. I already look happier than I did back then. A couple weeks ago. This is why all good men move, by the way. Throughout all of time, all good men move for a better life, for their families, to protect their children. Newsmax, by the way, is a great company. They gave us the option to move our show north from D.C. to the other city that has a Newsmax studio, New York City. One of the most ironclad, Democrat-controlled garbage heaps in America. So let's contrast, what would my life be like if I had decided to move to New York instead of Florida? Well, number one, I might be dead. Not funny. In 24 hours in New York City last week, 4 New Yorkers were shot dead. Followed on Saturday by a triple shooting in Times Square. 3 people, including a 4-year-old girl, were shot in the middle of the day in one of our most populated tourist areas in America. The little girl was there to shop for toys. It's so evil what's happening in this city. That's someone's daughter. It could have been my daughter. The murder rate rose 47% in New York City last year. Almost 500 New Yorkers were murdered. And this is outside of Cuomo's nursing home kill boxes. This is a 1980s level crime spree. It's horrific. So how did New York City get so deadly? How did they get here so fast? Well, communist Mayor Bill de Blasio vowed to cut funding for the NYPD. First time that's ever happened. De Blasio confirmed that he would cut $1 billion from the New York Police Department budget. This was a death sentence for New Yorkers. And it won't be my death sentence. I moved to Florida, where there is law and order. In the past 20 years, overall violent crime has decreased in Florida by over 50%. Total crime dropped nearly 12% in the first half of 2020, which was a time when crime was skyrocketing in lockdown states. Perhaps crime is low because the governor tells criminals that they will go to jail when they commit crimes in Florida. It's a novel concept. Might want to try it sometime. Ron DeSantis signed the Anti-Riot Act in Florida and promised Antifa and BLM that they would be going to prison if they behave like criminals in this state. Go ahead and watch.
If you're in Portland, you think you can come down to Florida and do this, stay out of our state. We don't want you coming down here and causing problems. And if anyone does cause these problems, if you try to burn something down, you try to harm anybody, but particularly a police officer during one of these violent assemblies, there will be consequences. They will be swift and they will be severe, and they will be such that people who see that happening will know that's not something that we want to do going forward.
Amen. Amen. Preach, brother. Antifa marched by my door in Washington, D.C. Terrifying, horrible, sad little people. So glad they're not in Florida. They should go to jail. The police will have more money to put Antifa in jail in Florida. Yay, that's awesome. My tax dollars now. Cops and firefighters and EMS workers just got $1,000 bonuses in this state. Check it out.
I asked the legislature in this legislative session, we need to do bonuses for law enforcement. Someone to defund the police. We're funding the police and then some.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. If we had moved this show to New York City instead of Florida, we would also be poor. 2020 was a tough economic year for many Americans. Luckily for Florida residents, the state is designed to give you as much of your own money as possible. No income tax, no death tax, no property taxes, low property taxes. A move to Florida pays the mortgage for many Americans just in tax savings. I'm not joking. I'm experiencing it right now. It's amazing. Move to Florida, get a free home. Should be on a t-shirt. New York, in contrast, has one of the highest tax burdens in the country. People are taxed to death. Literally, they have a death tax. This is why Florida receives more movers from New York than any other state last year. The census showed that our national population grew by 7%, but Florida's population grew by 14%. That's right. Freedom works, people. If I had moved this show to New York, I might be sick and I might be jobless. That's right. Florida lifted lockdown restrictions faster than any other state in the country, any other large state, that's for sure. Then something miraculous happened. The COVID infection rate fell. The economy boomed. People were healthier. Florida's death rate among seniors is 20% lower than California's and 50% lower than New York's. And those states are still locked down. The employment loss in Florida was half that what it was in New York during the pandemic. And the recovery is twice as fast. Why wouldn't you want to live here? Why did this happen? Because Florida followed the science. Just listen to the GOAT.
You know, if you get a vaccine, the vaccines are effective, you're immune. And so act immune.
Well, amazing. Wow. The party of science right there. If we lived in New York, we may be represented by a communist. That's right. Travel to Little Havana, right down the road from our Newsmax studios, and ask people what they think of Fidel Castro. You will hear a very different answer than if you asked in the NYU Professor's Lounge. That's because these people actually experienced communism. It destroyed their lives. It killed their families. They do not want communism in America, and they have the scars to explain why. Communism is antithetical to the American and Christian experience. It is evil. It removes rights and free will from people. It replaces God with the government. Communism is anti-Americanism. Yet New York City elects literal communists like Bill de Blasio and AOC to represent them. Would you really be proud if this was what your representative said? These are the headlines. In contrast, this is the headline from Ron DeSantis' recent comments.
I have friends over there who've been having to hide out in bomb shelters overnight because of Hamas, which is a terrorist group raining down rockets on civilians. And make no mistake, Hamas is a terrorist group. They are at fault on this. Israel has every right to defend itself against Hamas.
That's right. And Florida has every right to defend itself against communism. That's right. Communism rots the brain and it destroys lives. You must flee areas that think communism is cool. Freedom is actually cool. And in Florida, we have a lot of freedom. Freedom is a God-given thing. Remember that. Your rights do not come from government, they come from God. It is the government's job to merely protect them from being infringed upon. That is the American experience, and my daughter will inherit it here in the free state of Florida. The economy is more free, religion is more free. People are left alone to celebrate their God-given rights.